Any more than two pets is unhealthy. More than two dogs, unhealthy. More than two cats, unhealthy. More than two rabbits, unhealthy. Even more than two goldfish, maybe unhealthy. What I am speaking on is my personal life experience. If you want to do something different or if you have a different experience, I respect that, and I always try to be mindful of not to be judgmental. But what I have to also be mindful of is I have to share my journey. And I have to share my experiences as part of my self-expression, as part of my creativity. So what I'm sharing is based on my personal life experience growing up with more than two pets. When we had more than two pets, it was unhealthy. There was too much responsibility, too much to take care of. My mom had to work a full-time job. There was dog feces everywhere. The dogs eventually became unhealthy. There was a lot of love, but it was an unhealthy environment because there was too much to take care of. And that's my message. I'm not trying to give you, dogs are bad or cats are bad. I love animals. I think animals are blessing from God. I do. I had a dog in my life. I still have, bad, not bad memories, but I lost my dog a couple years ago. It still haunts me. It does. I love animals. I think they're great. I think they're a beautiful part of life. But what I also know is they're a huge responsibility. And what I've come to learn as I mature, you can only take on so much. There are now what they call service dogs. And, it used to be that there were only service dogs for like people that had a severe disability or obvious disabilities such as being blind. They would have a service dog lead them. Now, as mental health and well-being comes more as a society norm, they issue certain service dogs if you have high anxiety. I know somebody that has one. But let me tell you this, one dog may help with lowering your anxiety, but more than two will increase your anxiety because you have to take care of more stuff. Anxiety, stress, and worry is compounded by the more things you have to take care of. And yes, I fully sympathize and have compassion that more animals, they can bring more love. But if there isn't enough discipline in not getting any more animals, it's going to lead to an unhealthy environment. Your living quarters is going to be dirty and it's going to be too much for you to take care of. The pets will still love you, but they're going to be in an unhealthy place because pets need time, just like children. They need exercise. They need being washed and cleaned. They need discipline. They need structure. They need everything a human needs. A human needs, exercise, discipline, structure, love, all that stuff. There was that guy, the dog whisperer. He taught that. Sometimes I thought he was a little bit tough, a little bit too much with the discipline, but I got what he was saying. He was saying he grew up on a farm and all these animals, and society had got to the point where the tail was leading the dog. The pets were running the owner's life. And that's unhealthy. It is. Now, I don't mean you should be a prick with your dog like, I'm the owner, because I like treating, pets like they're our kids. But too many is too much. More than two pets for the average person, there is always exceptions. You may live on a farm. You may have a lot of money where you can hire people. Just like, a lot of rich people, they have kids and they hire caretakers to take care of most of the kids. And they just do the fun stuff with the kids. If you can do that, God bless you. I'm not mad at you. But if you're the average person working a full-time job in an average life in an average situation, you shouldn't have any more than two pets, max, in my opinion, in my personal life experience. Now, I'm glad we had kids, and I'm glad we had pets when I was a kid, and I loved them. I'm so thankful for that. But I remember when my mom, and it came after a breakup, she only dated like once, really, after she had got divorced with my father. But I don't even know if she was dating again or, something had happened, where she had stopped talking to somebody. And, it's emotional. I've been there. It's emotional when you either break off with somebody or somebody passes away or you don't have that relationship anymore. So to fulfill that emotional need of that breakup that she had, she got another pet. And we already had two dogs. And she named that pet Romeo. So it's probably like to compensate for like the man in her life. But what I told her, I said, Ma, we already have two pets. I'm thankful for these pets. But the third one is too much. It's too much. And I remember her bringing it home. And I love my mom. My mom's a good woman. So please never forget that. So my mom brought this third dog home. And I said, Ma, no. We can't. We got to put this dog back in the crate. We got to bring him back. And she got all upset. And, my sister got upset. So I said, all right, I don't want to cause a fight. And it's your house. My mom's house. What am I going to do? But I knew enough to know that 3 was too much. 3 is a crowd. I'm trying to be playful with the words, but you know what I mean. So after having that third pet, right, sure enough, it was fun for certain things, but sure enough, after time went on, the house got way too dirty. There was too much dog crap everywhere. The dogs had got too many, ticks and stuff because there's just too much to take care of. And eventually, a couple years later, when my mom, had to like really get her life back in order to focus on, because you can only take so much, she had to get rid of that dog. Now, thank God she found a nice like farmland out in the country where they took like, I think it's like a Shetland dog. They call it's like a miniature like collie. And thank God they took her in. But that was very hard. I mean, it's very hard to give away a dog you have for a couple years. Very hard to give away a cat or whatever. Because, it's like your child. But you also get to a point where, you can't take it. Because it's so much on you. The actual conditions are unhealthy. And also the mental is unhealthy. Because too much responsibility equals too much anxiety, too much stress. I did a video on that. And we can only take so much. We want to be loved and we want all this. I understand it. I'm not speaking like harshly on it. But more than two pets is unhealthy. You always have to remember that. Unless you're in an exceptional position, then again, always do what you want to do for you. It's your life. I am not telling you what to do. But what I am doing is I'm telling you based on my personal life experience, anytime you have more than two pets, your pets are going to end up in an unhealthy pace with lack of attention, lack of proper grooming, and lack of, good health. They'll still love you. They'll still kiss you because dogs are great. Dogs are great. And you'll treat them good. You'll never abuse them. But it's just an unhealthy environment. Come on. You know what I mean? These people, we're having a real conversation over here. I don't know what else, you want to watch other guys tell you a lot of BS? I'm trying to be honest with you. So, more than two pets is going to be unhealthy, and then you're going to end up in a unhealthy place. I mean, especially if you got kids. I don't even think you should have more than two kids, but I'm not going to speak on children because I never personally had children, even though I was a child myself. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to speak off my personal life experience. Any more than two pets unhealthy. Either, I'm not going to say get rid of them if you already have them, and I'm not, I don't want you to beat yourself up if you do, but all I can say is be mindful going forward. And if you lose a pet, don't just try to right away fill that emotional need and buy another pet. If you break up in a relationship, don't just go to the pet store and adopt another kitten. People adopt all these pit bulls and everything, end up in a healthy place. That girl that did pit bulls and Proly, she lost her thing a couple times. I think, something happened there where, the people got called on her, like, the protective services or whatever. Something happened there. Too much. You can only take so much. And she had like a farm and everything. With stuff running. But she also had but then you have to hire a certain amount of workers and stuff. And then, even if you hire great people, you got to watch them too. I mean, it's just too much. For the average person, if you're an exceptional person, you have exceptional circumstances, God bless you. I'm not mad at you because there's always exceptions. Sometimes I'm the exception. But on average, when I'm speaking a message of personal life experience, any more than two pets is going to hurt you and it's putting an unfair burden on you and everyone in your life. That's the key thing too. Every other relationship you have in your life will suffer. Because you have overextended yourself and you don't have the proper capacity left to give the other relationships in your circle the proper attention. And that's why you're like a self-fulfilling prophecy of being like a introvert. And I'm an introvert, but totally isolated. And I like to be isolated too. But what I'm trying to say is, one is you need time for you. The relationship you have with you is the most important in your life. And if you have too many pets, you don't even have time to spend time with yourself. Oh man, I wish I could just reach across this thing and try to, but I can't. All I can do is share my personal life journey. Saying, one, I love pets. I think they're beautiful. And I understand where it comes from to get more pets. And so I know you love. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not even going to keep saying it. Bottom line is my personal life experience. Anytime you have more than two pets, it's going to end up in an unhealthy place unless you're an exception. But on average, always be mindful of that. And going forward, all we can do is focus on going forward. If you're already in a certain position, you got to do what you got to do. But what I'm trying to say is, going forward, be mindful. Be mindful. You can only do so much. You can only have so much capacity. Stay inspired. I love you. It's all right. I love you.